Okay, so that was exercise 12 from Troy Stetina's Metal Rhythm Guitar Volume 1. So it's basically an introduction to applying the power chords, into a little bit more of a musical way. There are a few tricky things in there we need to talk about, so let me bring the camera down and we'll talk about those. So, start with our power chords. If you should already be familiar with this by now, but we'll just review. Your pointer is on the root, and to find the other note, you go over 2 frets, and then you bring your finger down to the A string. But your pointer is always on the root. This is an A note. Play that power chords, it's an A power chord, or A5 power chord. Now, with this hand, make sure you only strike the E and A strings. There you go. There's your power chords. Now, we need to talk about playing this progression as far as your finger stretching. It may be a little tricky. Playing here, then you go all the way down here to 1st fret. Then you go 3rd fret. That could be a little bit tricky. If you're first starting out, maybe you can't stretch those fingers out, as far. So up here, when you go up further up, the neck, you can actually, the frets are closer, so you can actually play this, play the frets up here a lot easier with power chords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the actual way you're supposed to play it, and then we're going to go and I'm going to show you how you can move your fingers up further up the neck and play the same thing, if you really struggle with getting those fingers going. So if you think you're ready, you can just use this part and just go for it, just the way it's played. So what we do here is we start at the 5th fret, which is an A5 power chord, and this is a whole note. So you go 2, 3, 4, and you can say 1 if you want during this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tend to just strike it, and that's just automatically 1, and then I say 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Then you got to bring it down here to the 1st fret, which is an F. 2, 3, 4. Then you bring it up here to the 3rd fret, which is a G. And then these are 2 half notes. They're worth 2 beats each. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it goes back up to here again. 2, 3, 4 to A5. Now we end here, that's the ending, but we got to go and play that again to start the whole thing off again. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we got 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. Oh yeah, here's another thing. When you're doing this, instead of see, I'm counting. But when you're playing anything besides like whole notes, because you want to just count to keep the time going. So if you're doing half notes, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, say you're trying to keep track of what frets you're playing. So what you would normally do, which is pretty easy because we're right here at the 3rd fret, but if you're moving chords around, this becomes really important. So what you would do is say the fret. So you say 3, no, 3, no. That's what I would do. I would say note in between. And then even if you don't have to say the fret number, it's easy like this where it's pretty easy to keep track of. I would go ahead and go no, no. By saying note, that gives you that space you need, and plus it's you're tapping your foot. It's a 3 note, 3 note, so it's just taking up that space, that extra note where you're going to let the chord ring over. So that's a good thing to do. So let me do this again. So here you go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No, no. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No, no. Ending. 2, 3, 4, beginning. 2, 3, 4, and so forth. You hear that? So I got the ending. 2, 3, 4 is the ending, then the beginning again. So you gotta make sure you do that. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. You gotta hit again, then you continue on. So yeah, so that's pretty important. You want to make sure you do that. So really, that's all it does. It just goes through this 4 times. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. Say this is a 4th time. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. And then, so when you get end the very last one, 2, 3, 4. You hit it, and then you can slide down. So that's basically how that whole thing goes. And yeah, I'll play the whole thing for you. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. And there you go. You slide it out. Okay, so there's that. That's how that goes. Now, if you're having problems with playing stuff down here and you're really struggling, then you can play it up further up the neck, actually. But see if you can do that, because if you can do that, it's going to really work on stretching your fingers the amount it's supposed to be stretched, and you'll be playing it just like the way it's supposed to be played. But if you really struggle with it, you can play it up further. So what we got here is guitar is broken up almost like 2 necks, from here to that 12th fret. This double dots, that's your 12th fret. So that's like 1 neck, and this is like another neck. At this 12th fret, it's the same as your open strings. So open strings are E, A, D, G, B, E. Well, right here, 12th fret, if I fret each one, E, A, D, G, B, E. So open E, E, open A, open D, D, open G, G, open B, B, open E, E. Yep, so there you go. These notes repeat again. Well, these dots right here, they all repeat again too. If I play this first dot here, I'm playing a G. Play this first dot here, playing a G. Second dot A. Second dot A. Third dot B. Third dot B. Our 4th dot is a C sharp. That's a C sharp. So everything repeats up here. So you can play this actual progression way up here. So it's a 2nd dot right there. And then again, if this is same as our open notes, this bar right here is like our actual nut. So we played an F right here at the 1st fret. So this is like the 1st fret. And that's what we would play right there. And then, well, after we did that, we did the 1st fret. Then we went into that 1st dot. That's the 1st dot right here. So you can play everything way up here where they're closer together if you really need to. So you go 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can repeat that 4 times and then end it. So there you go. So there is how you can, if you really struggle with the stretch down here, you can start out by playing the power chords up further up the neck, and you'll be able to, it's the same notes, you know, it's just up an octave. It'll sound higher, but you won't have to stretch your fingers as much. You get yourself used to playing the power chords and moving them. And then yes, once you feel comfortable with that, move it down to the original position and then try it there. If right off the bat you think you can get it, even if you gotta struggle a little bit, it's okay, because it's kind of, you know, even if you can't play it dead on at first, it's kind of good because you're working on stretching those fingers out, and the quicker you can get to that, the better. Because once you can play this chord here, this is the F power chord, you're in good shape, because that's the hardest one of all to play, because that's the frets that are most furthest apart. So there you go. There's exercise 12. Play around with that. Play when you're ready. Put on a backing track. Play along with that. There's both a track that has the actual guitar in it, and a track that has the guitar out of it. So, you know, there's no guitar in it. So yeah, first play along with the actual track with the guitar in it, and then attempt it without the guitar in it. You'll then be the guitar player. So yeah, work on that. Put some more, you know, bit of work in there. Stretch those fingers out. And if you have any problems, then let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next lesson. All right, enjoy, and we'll see you soon.